Hey guys, this is Arizis, and what's up? And this is, guess what? Panda's almost running around. This is pretty much, again, as you guys have been waiting for, set up for MOP. It's really crowded, and the game is still trying to load for me, plus as well latency. So it's lagging a tad. So I went over here to show you guys exactly how to play Boomkin right now while I'm here. It took me a little bit of a while, and it is a little bit complicated, somewhat, compared to what it used to be. Let's see. I want to make sure we have stats up, which our primary stat for Druids is Mark of the Wild. I'm still also trying to figure out what is the why the change in troll language. It used to be just troll, and now it's Zandali. Maybe it is right. Maybe they made trolls talk like children and so on. Okay. That's fun. Pretty much take away the whole point of, oh man, I'm trolling, or I guess something like that. So I'll go over the real quick rotations, guys. Now the bosses that you have right here, they're all level 90. Your attacks are gonna miss. So I would concur on practicing on these kind of bosses, as well as oh wow, it actually applies weakened armor on its own. That's interesting. Wow, I never noticed that. And it has a okay, I guess that's fine. That's an interesting change. I guess my glyphs and talents are not that interesting. They honestly don't matter that much. I decided to take Incarnation for a cooldown, but then you could have taken Force of Nature or Soul of the Forest. Other than that, nothing really is too special. So what you guys do now is, since we're losing, now we have the Sunfire, but we're losing insect swarm. So pretty much whenever you're casting Wrath, you want to have Sunfire up. Whenever you're casting Starfire, you want to have Moonfire up. As well as for a good setup, you want to start with Astral Communion, which will take your the bar, the the eclipses, to either side from one to the other. Right now in Solar Eclipse. So let's see. This is how I'm going to start my rotation. I'm going to again use a level 85 dummy because the bosses for the boss here, they are level 91s. Like this mage is doing, he is using the same target as I am. And I guess there's extra ignite just for kicks. I'm gonna apply Purify just for kicks, and rotation starts, apply Sunfire into spam Wrath all the way until it gets to the other side. Then switch to Moonfire, Starfire, and every time you're in Lunar Eclipse, you want to use Starfall. I have a glyph, I have a macro of Overdrive just with all my other cools, just for as much damage as you can. And then I'll talk to you guys about the actual two main cooldowns that we have as druids. So Moonfire back up, Dot, Explosion, and let's start going with Wrath. Star Surge, I actually will put Starfall up because it will come back when we get Lunar Eclipse. And as you can see, right here we have Starfire refreshing on crits. So now Boomkins refresh to crits. And most of the time, here I actually had to slow myself down a little bit, but okay, now we're switching to different alignment, and we now spamming Starfire. Your Star Surge actually procs more often. It's a 30% proc, but it actually procs way more often. So for Boomkins, just I would completely stack crit, because then you can keep your dot up longest, and the longer you can keep your dot up, the longer you can stay in the stack. Ha ha ha! Winky winky. The more damage you end up doing. Right now there's no recount as far as I can tell unless on beta, but just keep doing your thing. And if you have higher crits than me, I'm playing in healer gear because I'm usually mainly a healer, and I'm doing actually pretty well so far. If you can actually see my damage, let's take some look at it. It's not a lot of critting. Oh, there we go. There's a pretty powerful crit. And there's more crits. And so while you're in, oh wow, it actually refreshes that too sometimes. Alright, so as you can see, I keep that going. You honestly, the time you spend outside of your eclipses is honestly way shorter than it used to be, and it's kind of nice. As well as you can see all those debuffs. Yeah, I'm enjoying it so far. Look how fast it goes. I have Sunfire here, and it's popped off a little early, but I believe it's because I have Starfall, I have Star Surge, and I have Starfire. I believe that's what maintains my Moonfire more often, while Wrath I probably would need to stack more haste, so then that ability gets kicked off more often. So yeah, this is the basic rotations for Boomkin, guys. So stack crit. Now I'm gonna use Astral Communion, which I'm still learning that ability. It's supposedly gonna be good in PvP. That ability takes you from one eclipse to the other. You use it at the beginning of the fight, just have a heavy, hard start. Okay, now I'm going to talk to you about AoEs. Now, at the moment, honestly, the only good AoE you guys may have, overall, Boomkins may have, is wild mushrooms right now. Other than dotting things up, dots don't last as long as they used to. So yeah, you can try dotting things up. I mean, you can do only so much damage. But Hurricane, the ability that you guys all have known, it's just way too mana expensive. Let me show you the ability. 10k mana compared to 102 mana right here. So might as well just dot things up. Use Star Surge, and the most powerful ability I have for AoE at the moment that's best with mana and incentive is all mushrooms detonate. And since you can just hold it out, you have the AoE zone right here, and you can just keep spamming those mushrooms. Spam back up, dot your opponents up, Moonfire, Starfire. You get a proc, no problem. Another proc, guess what? Shrooms, and then Starfall. That is the only good AoE we have at the moment. And okay, now let me talk to you guys exactly what our cooldown at the moment is, the powerful ability. Okay, okay, not exactly depleted, but nonetheless. Once you get to a eclipse, either lunar or solar, when the arrow gets to the middle, you want to pop both cooldowns that you have, which I would use. Incarnation, Chosen of a Loon, which will give you Boomkin armor, and pretty much do a ton more damage. Improve Boomkin form, increases arcane nature damage of down while eclipse is active. So here it'll and so that's one part of it. That's a storm. I don't believe that's a improved form of hurricane, but I believe it's not as powerful as some of the notes I read say. Where's that ability? Celestial Alignment. What it does is grants you simultaneous event. I'm just reading this off right now, but what it does is let you go into a solar and lunar eclipse at the same time. When you apply Starfall or Moonfire, it applies both of them, and Arcane Nature damage deal way more Arcane and Nature deal more damage. Here, what I would do is pop them both together, because honestly, that's just the most amount of damage you can do at the same time. Both of them on 3-minute cooldown. So by the time you pop one, you most likely gonna have the other. So yeah, you have your heavy start with Astral Communion. You burn down through one of the loon phases, one of the eclipses, whichever one you plan on using. I would actually most likely use Starfall, just so you get that free proc of Starfall. And okay, so this I'm gonna show you. Let's see. Okay, this dummy's gonna attack. Let's take this dummy. Sup, dummy? This is how we do it. I'm gonna pop all my abilities together, and I'll try to talk while I do this. Okay, ready to go. Okay, all my abilities popped. I am popping Star Surge, Starfall, all dots are on him, and I'm just gonna recycle through abilities. I'm gonna use mainly Starfire. Yeah, Starfire for max amount of DPS at the moment. And okay, now it all fell off. The amount of damage that you saw is pretty high. The reason you can use Wrath if you wanna, if you have high enough crit. I use Starfire basically for the damage that it has at the moment. I believe that is just the max amount of damage you can get through. And if your arrow was originally heading in one direction, it will be heading in the other if you get it set correct like I did here. And you can go back to your rotation. All it is just getting used to it, guys. Try it out left and right. Make sure to practice on level 85 dummies, or HOTS for that matter. As well as play around with all your talents, as well as glyphs. Some of the glyphs I would recommend, not as much Solar Beam, but Bark Skin. I'm not 100% sure if bosses ever crit. I believe some do, and honestly, if they do crit and you have your defenses up, might as well reduce chances of all those crits. Another one I like is Glyph of Moonbeast. Part of the reason behind it is, I mean, look, it's a little boom chicken here, as well as you can just heal yourself. You pop a rejuve on your own, time sleep because I'm wearing healer gear, but look at this. Look how much healing is coming out. I think that's actually pretty good if you need self-heals. Alright guys, and as well as Boomkins, you don't really have to worry about mana because you gain a ton of it every time you switch from one phase to another. And you guys switch phases pretty quick. I'm going to come back with you guys with a Rested Druid guide in more depth, and hopefully going to bring you some PvP footage because I'm actually competitive now. in YouTube videos and Mr. Pandaria coming out and the patch coming out. So guys, thank you for watching this video. Thank you for enjoying me. Thank you all you beautiful people, and I'll see you guys later.